What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we got one that I didn't know what to expect. I think the name's very fitting. This was sent over to me randomly by the good folks over at Perfume Box. You can check it out down on the link below with the code. Obviously, you don't have to make any purchases to watch one of my videos, but they did send it my way and has jack all squat to do with what I'm going to think about the fragrance. If you're familiar with the channel, you already know this. But we're talking about Ahmed al Maghribi Blue Oud. So I had several viewers, over the last 2 or 3 months, mentioned this was good. I would like it. They'd love to hear my thoughts. Well, here you go. Love it? We'll throw that around a little loosely. Like it? Quite a bit, actually. So let's dive into it. Stay tuned. So we might as well take a look around the bottle. I do toss the boxes. I don't keep the boxes. Just don't have the room, Ahmed logo, eau de parfum. Glass is actually quite nice. For external use only. That's good advice right there. I do like this texturing in the glass, the way it's printed, this leaf-like print that's embossed into the glass. I do like that. Cap's decent, nothing special, holds into place. It's plastic, but it doesn't feel too cheap and chintzy. Then atomizer. Really nice, actually. That scent, though, let's talk about it. So it's familiar, but I can't pinpoint what it reminds me of. Like, nothing jumps out at me as like, ooh, that smells like this. But what I do get is when you look at the note breakdown that's on screen, you'll see leather and incense and gaiac wood and all these animalic and different notes like this. But it's really a sweet, woody fragrance. Like this oud they use, obviously it's not natural oud. It's kind of a sweet, slightly medicinal type of smell. A little incensey, smoky, sure, but the geranium here I think is what's helping to sweeten this thing up. It's more of a sweet geranium bergamot kind of smell. Like it enhances the bergamot to where it's almost like a sweet fruit almost type of smell. Blue and oud. I think it's a fitting name. It does come across as a blue fragrance. It smells super versatile. Synthetic oud wood. Not really all that animalic, a little medicinal, not super smoky, light incense to it, even with gaiac wood and a leather accord that I'm sure entails something smoky to it and all that good stuff. It's pretty damn good. It's actually very versatile. Again, fitting name, Blue Oud. It's very, very versatile. It's on the sweeter side, sweeter than you would think when you look at the notes. And I'm a fan. I wore it the last 2 days as my scent of the day. I've done some additional testing beyond that from random test sprays. But I actually quite like the way it smells. It doesn't strike me as something I already have, though it does have elements to it, I guess, is really what's making me like, that's kind of familiar. And maybe because it's a blue fragrance. They all kind of smell like one another in some way, right? But this isn't exactly any of them at the same time. So kudos to them for that, because this is pretty good. I don't think it's phenomenal, outstanding. I don't think it's like the best thing I've smelled from the brand, but it's up there. This is a good one. I understand why everybody wanted me to check this out and thought I would like it, because I do like it. I don't necessarily love it, but I have been enjoying wearing it. It will pop in and out of the rotation from time to time. It will get recommended in certain topics from time to time, because this is worth picking up from them. Performance, no slouch. I wouldn't call it a monster beast, but it's on the very strong, very long-lasting side. 8+ hours in longevity. Projection is in the moderate to heavy range for about an hour to an hour and a half before it starts to calm down and sit close to the skin and settles into a moderate sillage. So constant reminders, but not overwhelmingly strong. I would say the sillage would be moderate to heavy if it was constantly like just kind of really, really strong whiffs, where it's moderate whiffs. Hence what, sometimes they're a little stronger than others. Sometimes it's a little bit weaker. I'm sure there's some form of nose fatigue that I'm experiencing with this fragrance, but even with that factoring in, it's pretty strong. And I can detect it for well beyond 8 hours without having to look for it. And even when I go looking for it, it's not faint on the skin. That's why it's not in that moderate to mild or mild sillage range. It's more of a moderate sillage. So I would call it above average, very strong across the board in all 3 subcategories of performance, from longevity to projection and sillage. While it's not quite a beast, I would say a click or 2 back of being considered a beast, and for some of you, you might consider it a beast. I don't know. There's a lot of people that are watching this, I'm sure, that have experience with this fragrance, and they're just looking to see, what do I think, so they can either say they totally agree and I was spot on, or I completely disagree, I get this. Bro, how is that not a 10 out of 10? And it's not going to be. You know, if you're familiar with this channel, I don't whore out the 10 out of 10s. You're just not going to see that. I've only given 2 ever, and I've got almost 4,000 videos on this channel. So, but across the board, it's a really good performer, and it smells really good. So it's a win-win. Final thoughts on Blue Oud. I want to say I gave this one an 8 out of 10 first impressions. I don't remember exactly, but cumulative score does bump it a little bit. It turns into an 8.25 out of 10. Great fragrance. This is a great pickup from them. I do quite like it. Much more versatile than I thought it would be. Even with blue in the name, it's more versatile than I thought it would be. So that's definitely in the win category. I do like it. This will pop in and out of my rotation here and there. Hell, it wore it back-to-back days. Aside from just wearing it one day and then doing test sprays beyond, it compelled me to roll with it again 2 days in a row. So that's a good sign, right? Really good atomizer. I do like the bottle. It's super affordable. It excels in all the categories. I mean, hard not to like it. Yeah, it's a more synthetic, cheaper smell. It's not real oud, but I mean, it's like a $30 fragrance. If you're expecting real oud for $30, I think you need to reflect a little bit on what you actually think is going to happen out here in the real world. But it's a very good fragrance. Great fragrance, according to the score. So blind buy at your own risk. Just because I feel this way about it doesn't mean you will. But for me, 8.25. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on Blue Oud from Ahmed al Maghribi. Very, very good fragrance. Thank you thank you, good tongue twist, to Perfume Box for sending this my way so I could check it out and experience it. They did send Summer Oud my way as well. From what I understand about that one, it's kind of like Ombre Nomade. So we'll see. I haven't done any testing on that one yet. I'll be spending some time with that one through this weekend and putting out a video a few days after. So we'll see where we're at with that one, but it's going to be hard to beat with the versatility of this one. The versatile fragrances tend to sway me a bit more because I like something I can just grab and go with. While this isn't the most grab and go blue fragrance I've ever smelled, it's much better at it than I thought it would be. So definitely worth checking out in my opinion. So thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave, and we will see you on the next one.